design education gives students a jump start. We've had students go to Cornell architecture as juniors because, first of all, they had credits, but beyond that, they had a skill level that was surpassed other students. And it's because of the exposure, because they had 4 hours a day, every day for 4 years of high school of doing this because they were driven. They knew this is what they wanted. Now, a lot of kids don't know what they want. And it's, this is why, we were talking about the Gordon girls. They knew what they wanted. And that's why they were good at it. And it could be those girls or, a kid who has no exposure, who lives in Homestead and takes 3 buses to get to the school. And, nobody ever drew or painted in his household in his entire life. It comes from within. They see it, they know it, and they work hard. They work really hard. When you are a visual artist, you often do other things to live and eat. So before I came to Miami, I lived in New York City, and I did marketing for an architectural firm. So that taught me a little, but I also did billboards for Carnegie Hall and Avery Fisher Hall. My best friend was a manager of classical musicians, good ones, Yo-Yo Ma, Tokyo String Quartet. At the time they were emerging too. We were all emerging together. And he said, "Can you do this?" And I said, "Oh yeah, I can do this." I went out and taught myself. Those are the old, hot wax days. So I taught myself. And because I am a collage assemblage artist, I knew about placement. And I knew about how to make things visually compelling. If you were to ask a classical musician what font they would want, they would pick the filigree script. And I said, but you can't see that script on a side of a bus going 60 miles an hour down Broadway. So I just kept it very clean and spent several years as a self-trained graphic designer, working for classical musicians. And, the other training was I got an incredible education in classical music. But sometimes, especially back then, things just happen. They just fall into place. And it's not like it is now, where you have to have, your internships in order and your education in order and everything else, and it's all got to match. It was different then. It was much more spontaneous, the doors opened, as you must have seen in Provincetown.